Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amber and I love all things handbag related with a little bit of emphasis on the brand Vera. I also do a little bit of content related to concealed carry and how that works with all of these beautiful bags that we love. So today I wanted to jump on here and give you a little bit of a quick update on a few of the bags that I've showed you recently on my channel. We're going to do the Fiorelli bag I recently showed you, the Bagsmart Tote, and then 2 Vera pieces. So I'm going to update you on 4. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. And I'm going to start with the Fiorelli bag. So this was the Fiorelli bag that I showed you in my Christmas haul. Excuse me. I still think this bag is beautiful. I have carried this one now, and so I can give you a little bit of an update on it. I have a love-hate relationship with this bag. I think it's beautiful. I love that it has some structure to it, but it's almost at an in-between level for me with the structure that I feel like it needs more or less. Because when I put my items in here, they kind of, you can see the indents of them through the shape of the bag, and I just don't like that. So concealed carry with this bag was not good. It did not work. I ended up not being able to carry while I was using this bag because I didn't even have that much in here, y'all, but it was making my G push so hard up against the front of this bag. You could see the indent of it. So I feel like if it was just more structured, almost to the point that it was just hard, that wouldn't have happened, and that would have been better. This clasp I found to be annoying because when I was carrying the bag or I went to pay for something, it's not always that easy. You can see there's a little hole there, and this has a little or the hole's up here, and then there's a little pin that sticks out right there, and you have to get that little pin in that little hole every time and then pull that up. That's not the most convenient closure, let me tell you. I don't know how many times, just like paying at the grocery store or the gas station or whatever, I would try to close this, and it's closing right now really well because I have nothing in it to throw off the shape of the bag at all. But trying to close this while I was wearing it, I couldn't tell you how many times I had to literally stop, turn the bag toward me, and look at what I was doing to get it to close. My other complaint with this bag is the strap. It is so thin. So thin. And this is a good size bag. It's already not the lightest thing in the world, which I do think is good because the quality is here. It does have a very nice quality to it. The materials feel very well made. The stitching looks good on it. There's nothing, it's a very good quality. It's just the practicality in use was not the most convenient or easy. And that really thin strap started to really dig into my shoulder with the weight of this bag. And I didn't even have that much in it, y'all. I really didn't, because like I said, I ended up not even carrying my G with this. But it was still just so heavy that tiny strap would dig into my shoulder. And I felt like I was almost afraid it was gonna break because it was so thin. Like I said, it seems to be very good quality, but it's just so thin. I thought it might actually snap and break. So I didn't even end up really using it. I just carried this by the top handle the entire time. Now this top handle, carrying it by this top handle when you have this flap closure and then you're pulling with this hand, it's just not easy to use at all. As much as I think it's beautiful and I love this blue-gray color and I just love the look of it, I don't think that I'm really going to reach for this very much more. So that's a bummer. That's my update on the Fiorelli bag. It did not work out near as well as I was hoping. Okay, next one. Let's move on to this Bagsmart Tote. This was also from the Christmas haul that I showed you guys. And I love this tote. If you're a fan of the Vera tote, I think you would love this. The straps are extremely comfortable. There's so much organization on the outside of this bag that it's phenomenal. It's so good. Concealed carry, as far as my G goes, works great in this bag. I've had it in multiple pockets on the outside and the inside. I did carry it in here and then one of the pockets inside that I showed you. Both worked great. I did carry my laptop in the laptop compartment. The inside, even though it is kind of that crunchy nylon fabric where you can kind of hear it a little bit, that didn't bother me at all. It was sewn in really well inside the bag, so that laptop compartment barely moved. This holds a ton, just like your Vera tote. Granted, you're not going to get as much in this as the Vera tote if you're using the laptop compartment, because it just takes up a chunk of your, your interior real estate just by the nature of it being there. You can easily get a water bottle in these side pockets. The quality still seems to be holding up really well. I'm thoroughly impressed by this bag. The zippers are all extremely smooth. They're great. Very impressed with this bag. I would highly recommend it. I have not used the little crossbody or the little wallet that came with this set yet, but I'm sure that I will like both of those as well if they're half as good as this tote is. So this was a very good purchase and I would highly recommend it. I fibbed. There are 5 items I'm going to update you guys on. The next one is actually the bag that started this channel, and it was the Cinch shoulder bag. The Vera Bradley Cinch shoulder bag that I had gotten in Seawater Blooms. I no longer have that bag. To be honest, I think I purchased that bag because I loved the pattern so much and because I got such a good deal on it. I love the Seawater Blooms pattern, hands down. If you've seen my favorite patterns, you know I love that one. And I tried to make that bag work for me. It was a beautiful bag. It was very well constructed. There were no faults within the bag itself. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just a style that didn't end up working for me. I find the Cinch shoulder bag to be very, very similar to the Glenna. And the Glenna was never a bag style that worked very well for me. Personally, I don't even think Vera Bradley makes the Glenna now on the retail side. And the factory side is very different. The large Glenna is very different from what it used to be. But in previous years, the Glenna had that deep recess on the top zip. And I did not like that at all. And then just the way the bag was constructed, it was like all of my items would fall to the bottom and out. And so as beautiful as I thought the outside of the bag looked when it was empty, as soon as I would put all my stuff in it, it would just balloon out at the bottom. And it would just be this big round I don't even know the word for it. It would just be this big round smush of a bag. And like I said, all of my items were down at the bottom. They would just, it just wasn't a bag style that worked for me. And as much as I loved the pattern of the Cinch shoulder bag, as much as I loved that little hidden zip pocket on the side for my concealed carry purposes, as well made as it was, after my initial use with it for like a week or whatever, I didn't find myself reaching for it at all. And I kept trying to find excuses to carry that bag, and I kept trying to make myself carry that bag because I loved the pattern so much. And I got such a good deal on it that I wanted to love it. I wanted to carry it. But ultimately, it just wasn't for me. So I passed that bag along to someone else that now loves it and enjoys it and gets a ton of use out of it. And it's much better off there than with me. So like I said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the bag itself. I have no real complaints with it because that top zip was not recessed so deeply like that the older style Glenna bags. It just kind of did that same thing where all of my items would come and fall to the bottom and just poof out. And it just wasn't for me. It just wasn't a bag style that worked well for me. So nothing innately wrong with the bag. It just wasn't a style that worked well for me. Excuse me. The next item I want to update you on is my RFID Petite zip around wallet from the retail side. This one is in the Performance 12 Black. I think this was also from my Christmas haul video, and a couple of people had asked me about this, and this is a phenomenal little item. The two wallets that I've been going back and forth between are this one and the little Amazon wallet that I told you is very similar to the Louis Vuitton Recto Verso wallet and my GenZip ID. Those two wallets, little compact items, are the two I've been going back and forth with consistently. I love both of them. So, let me unzip it and I'll show you. So, on the back, you do have your little ID window there. And then when you open it up, now, this is the retail side version of this. The factory side also has an item that they call the RFID Petite zip around wallet, but this one is the retail side. And the difference is that the factory side pretty much omits this extra section. The factory side has two open sections here with two card slips on each, with one card slip on each side, two open sections, and then the zip pocket right here in the middle. The factory, I am so tongue-tied today. The retail side gives you this other open section right here that you don't get from the factory side. So that allows this one to open up wider, have a larger capacity. I love this little item. So you have a card slip, open pocket. This is a divider between these two open sections, but within this divider, there's also a little slip. Then you have your zip pocket right here. Another open section. And then your other card slip or slip pocket back here. This will hold a ton, you guys. When I was using this, there's a hair in my mouth. That was gross. When I was using this, I had like 16 cards, some cash, some receipts, some coins. I mean, this was stuffed full. If you could tell from when I showed it to you the first time, I was actually using it, and it was stuffed full. There are two things that are of note that I feel like you should know about this item if you are interested. They both have to do with this little zip pocket in here. Excuse me. When you go to close this main section up right here, like your whole little wallet, when you go to close it, you have to be mindful of this zipper pull, because for whatever reason that little sucker likes to turn sideways, and when it does, it's not going to do it now, but when it turns sideways like that and you go to close this, it will catch. Of course it's going to make me look like a liar now, but it'll sometimes catch like this, and you'll have to kind of get in there and fiddle with it and push it back the right way so you can get it zipped closed. That really does not bother me in the least. I don't care to flip a zipper pull over to get it closed. The other thing is, while you do have this little zip pocket that you can throw change in, I would not advise you to carry much change in there, because if you do, this is going to get so bulky that you're not going to be able to hardly zip it closed, or you're not going to be able to carry hardly any cards or anything else in there, because this, if you fill it with change, it'll just poof out and you'll just have a hellacious time trying to get anything else in here or get it closed. What I ended up doing was I just threw another little another little coin pouch or zipper pouch or whatever in my bag, and I would keep not much change at all in here. If I went somewhere and paid in cash and got change back, I would throw it in here until I got home pretty much, and then I would empty the change out into the actual little change purse that I was carrying. So it's fine to put your actual coins in if you're getting change back. I just wouldn't assume that you're going to be able to carry a lot of change in here long term, because if you do, it's just going to eat up your interior space a lot. But if you keep your change or your coins to a minimum in here, and you're using this mainly for just your cards and cash, what have you, things like that, then this is a phenomenal piece, and I would recommend it over and over and over and over and over again. The last item I'm going to update you on excuse me, is my Vera Bradley small what was this called again? My Vera Bradley small go-ahead crossbody. I keep wanting to call this the small go-ahead convertible crossbody, but it's not convertible. So this one is just the Vera Bradley small go-ahead crossbody, and this one is in the ultralight fabrication. I think this pattern was called Exuberant Floral. The pattern itself is still not my favorite by any means. However, I love this little bag. This is a small bag. It's a small but mighty type of situation. The strap on this one is fixed and does have those plastic fittings, but to me they seem very sturdy. I have had no issue whatsoever out of them. They have worked great, very comfortable, no complaints. For this to be such a small bag, it still has a really, really good capacity. As far as the concealed carry goes, I did concealed carry with this, and then I did use this without my G. Both ways worked great. When I was using it for concealed carry, I just put my G on the inside in its holster, and it was fine. This bag is super lightweight. It weighs absolutely nothing. It's extremely comfortable. I got caught in the rain in this, and the rain just rolled right off. It was fabulous. So I'm actually on the hunt for another one of these. in the ultralight fabrication. I have not tried a cotton version of this yet, or a fabric version of it yet. So I don't know if I would like that one as much as the ultralight. I'm not 100% sure. But as far as the ultralight small go-ahead crossbody, I'm in love and I want more. Fabulous bag, great capacity, super lightweight. It's great. It is fabulous. So that was a few updates. I tried to do it quick, but I'm not very quick. I like to talk a lot. So I hope that helped you all. For any of you that have been asking me for updates on some of these bags, I hope that was helpful. If you have any other questions about any of these, absolutely feel free to just leave it below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you have any other comments, questions, or just want to say hello, then leave me a message. You know, I love chatting with y'all. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.